Good morning and welcome to this bonus edition of the Church Office. We are calling this the halftime show, the halftime highlights of our N is for Nativity game that PJ and I began a couple days ago, part one. All right. I have asked Jessica Bursa to be here to help us out with the halftime highlights. Now, Jess, a halftime show works like this. The expert sits on that side. Okay. That's you.
Okay.
As a published author, okay, as a person who is a wordsmith,
yes.
Okay, this is your domain, all right? The contestants are over here, all right? Usually we'd be in the locker room, but in this case we're not. We're part of the halftime show. Yeah. And so we want your take on some of these words that are here. Jess has worked up some talking points here. She has done more.
She's done the research.
She's done the research. Yeah. More research on a halftime show than usually happens. The other thing, too, about a halftime show, guys, is it's time constricted because halftime is halftime.
That's right.
We got to be back out on the field.
Yeah.
Now, granted, part two for us doesn't start until next Wednesday. We're not going to go till next Wednesday.
No, but it is almost lunchtime.
It is almost lunchtime. So, all right. So thanks for stopping by, Jess. Thank you for helping us out. Initially, just overall, what was your impression of the first half of N is for Nativity?
Well, the book or you guys competing?
Both, maybe? Either one. What do you think about the book?
Well, you know the phrase, you can't judge a book by its cover. You can judge this book by its cover because it's so beautiful.
It is a nice looking.
It's beautiful all the way through. The artwork is really nice. I will say some of the choices of words I would not have chosen myself, and I think you guys would agree because I have J for Jesus and L for love were two of the ones you guys got tripped up on.
Those were surprising.
J for Jesus has been a tough pill for Pastor Jay to swallow.
Because I missed that one.
J for Jesus.
The scoreboard is behind us. Those are the actual words.
This is where we are.
PJ's on that side. He's got 6 out of 13. He's batting .462. Really good batting average. I'm not bad with a .385. Both of those are good. However, for two theology guys guessing biblical words, I don't know that that's strong.
Well, and I'm a little worried about going into the second half that it's only going to go downhill for us. So and that's a concern.
And as someone who's read the book, I would say it probably will go downhill. So
no confidence.
Originally, I read the book and I said they will do 30% correct answers. I think you're about 43% right now. So, like total. So I don't know. I'm going to stick with 30% just because. If you guys don't cheat, I will stick with 30%. Jeez. And I don't really believe there hasn't been cheating so far.
You think we have cheated?
Well, PJ had the book way before anybody else.
That's a good point.
And suddenly he's coming out with incarnation. These words that you would have really
right.
picked. Yeah, that was one of yours.
Incarnation.
Emmanuel with an E. That was kind of a...
That one was iffy as well.
I don't know if you would get that if you hadn't read the book. I don't want to accuse anything, but that was my take watching it the first time.
That was personal too, because when I was in elementary school, when I was going to you know where I went, Emmanuel Lutheran with an I. With an I.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. So that one was one there too. So all right. So Jess. So you were saying then. In your notes here, you say the obvious answer is obviously not the answer.
Right.
In some places, because you have those. So that might be a hint for us. Let's see. What else did you have there? Talk to us about this competition or team event theme that you got.
So
you're like wondering how it played out. That's more about us.
Yes. Watching the live, it wasn't live viewing, but watching the viewing, I thought, these guys don't seem like competitors. They seem like it's a friendly competition, working together, talking together.
Friendly. That's what you're saying?
Too friendly. I think it stopped being about pastor versus pastor, and it became pastor versus book, or pastor versus Ruth Meyer. To see if you can get...
Nobody's taking a stance against Ruth Meyer.
I was going to say, I hope not.
Well, when you said J should be for Jesus, I think you did take a stance against Ruth. So... instead of Joseph. But, it's nice. People like to see you guys getting along, but there wasn't much of a competitive...
You like to see a little bit more tension kind of between the two of us. It's more us against each other than that.
Yeah, it was kind of friendly. A lot of discussion, which I don't think that was really part of the rules. Leah number 1 let a lot of things slide that I think Leah number 2 probably will crack down on. So... you got to fix some bad habits before.
Jess, I can attest. There's no fix on this. Okay, came up with my list completely in secrecy. Pastor Jay did his list completely. I mean, I have no idea what's on his list.
Yeah, just the fact that our three guesses on I happen to be Isaiah, in, and incarnation, kind of in that order. That's just cool. No, that's the two of us. We kind of think the same,
and I a little bit. Anyone to come up with another thing that fits I. Those are the only three. That's why we both came up with them.
Emmanuel.
Oh yeah,
with an I. So yes, Leah, part two, which would be my daughter, who will be in town, also a wordsmith. An English major. And so, we'll see.
Honestly, she would probably do better than both of us.
How tough she probably would.
If she hasn't read the book still, we could have her,
Yeah, she might even know Ruth Meyer.
Yeah, right.
Not even sure for that. All right, Jess, what else did you have? What else jumped out at you?
Well, one thing would be the Meyer versus Meyer. So that, in my opinion, might have been a tactic from Pastor Brooks. Bring up, is this Meyer related to Paul Meyer, beloved Lutheran author? That got Pastor Jay talking. You went off on a tangent. I think you lost focus a little bit when that happened. And you could just kind of see him on the camera, like sit back, like, okay, go on. Yeah, you talk about it. He's probably formulating his answers while you're, Interesting. It might have been a trap.
Interesting take. Here's the thing about this. That would imply that PJ has a devious side to him.
It would.
Which I don't think that he does. I don't know if there's a devious bone in his body. It would also imply that somehow that I'm hard to take off focus. I'm not.
Wouldn't have taken that much.
All you have to mention.
Tangent is my middle name. I live for tangents. I love going down. Anyway.
Well, we'll leave that one
maybe, yeah. Could be though. Could be there. All right. Second half adjustments. Then that's kind of what. That's going to be tough because we have some difficult letters toward the tail end of the alphabet, so we have to be thinking about second half adjustments. Jess, do you have a prediction for the second half and the overall game? And we'll wrap it up with that. What is your prediction?
You will not get O. You will not get X. I have an idea for what it should have been.
Right.
Reading it, I was a little disappointed that it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. So there were a few that I think you will not get. Q is kind of a weird one.
She's really setting up a triumphant victory for us when we nail all these.
Well, if you guys discuss together and give off 5 options to choose the best one, I think that you will
we'll come up with our options.
I was led to believe.
I do have several letters, but I can only think of one thing so far. So I'm going to spend some time on it and try to.
I had to really search for, some of the harder letters there. The only one that I felt got away from us, we weren't even close, was Family Line and Luke. I had no clue. The L. The L, I wasn't even thinking at all.
I considered Luke at the very beginning of my thought process, but it didn't even make my list because I thought, there's just too many of the good ones like love. And maybe I was being, maybe I'm being a little too sappy on it. Maybe I just really wanted to see love for
That's true. Love has nothing really to do with Christmas. It's not. It's not.
It has everything to do with Christmas, Jess.
Man! All right. So, do you have a prediction for a winner?
I think you guys are going to tie at 30%. That's my prediction.
Okay. So we're
it will be
tie
a tie
and not beat the.
I think that Leah's going to follow up guessing, and she's actually going to beat both of you guys.
Oh wow!
So.
Jess, if you did this, all right, what do you think your percentage would be?
I actually tried.
You did
beforehand. Yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. So actually, my sister Anna tried too. She got 2 out of the whole book. 2. Because these are not your obvious Christmas words. I'm just going to say, O comes around. I know you guys haven't done O yet. You don't want any spoilers.
Right, no spoilers, no spoilers.
Out of Egypt, I called my son. Does that not roll off the tongue? Out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sure.
That's not what they go with. I'll give you one hint.
Out of Egypt.
Yeah, okay.
It is not out of Egypt. I called my son. So.
Very good.
But good luck to both of you guys. I am rooting for you to get at least 30%. Nothing more.
Very good. So stay tuned for the second half coming up next week. Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend.